pitch onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. Few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing now is Locke. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. They look to throw. It's Locke. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. From the gun, it's Locke. Ball had his...
Just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And problem spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Throwing on 1st down, Willis escaping the pressure right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the gun, Willis. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is up to. By the end of this game, he could have...
Visiting Falcons out on top. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon. Good work in that first half. More from you guys in a minute. But first, let's get to some scores right here on the day before Halloween. From there, we head over to the West Coast. Check out the Niners at home at Levi Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting L.A. Rams. Trey Lance with a couple of touchdown passes. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world. See what's happening with the...
Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. Cooper on the return. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Off play action. Willis. They'll roll him out with a run. He'll let this go deep right as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
But the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, and it's third down. Now Locke. It's complete to Lockett. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They'll run on first down. Carson, and he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively. From the 45 on second down, Locke. And this one is incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the...
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off, and he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. 103 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific continues here. The last run got 6, now second. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down.
Defenses always have a goal of holding a runner under 100 yards. Well, he went over 150 last week, won NFC Player of the Week award honors. And guess what? He's got a chance to do it again because of that vision he has. He sees holes that maybe don't exist.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
He'll buy some time right. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up third down. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down.
Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Looking to throw on second down. Willis. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown.
Juju Smith-Schuster.
His fourth touchdown on the year. And the Falcons continue to pour it on. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead will swell by one more. That drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Seahawks take back over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Locke going to hand it off here to Gordon. And this is going to be back-to-back tackles for a loss here as the Falcons defense yet again drops him behind the line. From the gun on third down, Locke. He'll find Metcalf. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. From the 39, Locke. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. And he is going to have a Seahawk able to get the third down conversion. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League. Again, they'll throw with Locke. This is the tight end fan. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. Locke working out of the gun. He's got his tight end fan. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Falcons say they have it. They do.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
130 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Rolling to his left. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. And this thing is blown up defensively. They will not get a throw off on the trick play, and that'll go down as a sack. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. After the turnover, here's Locke. Throw to the right here to Gordon. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Locke. He's going to drop this one down to Gordon. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Block now to throw. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Now Locke, gotta have this one. And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Picked up by Amani Hooker. And the Falcons are gonna... here as they'll start at their own 7. Begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. Now the big play pushes him all the way out to the 40 now for 1st down. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 159 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score. Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a... Here's Spiller. And he's he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. Again on the ground, again it's Spiller. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taking it about the 1. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there. And you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Falcons, they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they'll return home next week to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for Seattle, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles.
Salute when you see me. That jealousy is an ocean and you either float or you sink. Moment of truth, credit check, you not approved. BB King, I'm in love with the blues. Don't start me up, I got finishing moves. Look, salute when you see me. Slid through all the commotion, it's breaking news, they got an ad on TV. Popping out on them, I'm politicking, probably in a section where you not permitted. My honey's matching my Dodger fitted, playing all go, ain't no stopping in it. Look, salute when you see me, I bought her a CC and that was her purse, disgusting with